Alright gang, welcome back to our survival challenge here on New Frontiers, July day 2. As I mentioned, we are going to be running multiple days for the remainder of this series, which is going to have somewhere in the realm of a handful of episodes or so left to go. Once we harvest that corn and are able to put it into our production, that will be the end of the series. I think I mentioned that a while ago, but just in case you stumbled across this, we are getting down to the nitty-gritty here, and we're almost complete. Now, I'm decided to put the grass field up here. So, we talked about expanding this field. We are still going to do that, but since it's grass, I'm not too concerned about it, so we're just going to go ahead and start putting the grass in now. If you look in the distance, a very, very far distance through the trees there, you can see I do have the worker already working on one of our fields. Just go ahead and getting it all cultivated up, putting some slurry down as well for us. Which is great. So we'll take care of that as well. And we should be good. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. We are going to also expand the field down there next to where the worker is currently working. We've been trying to work on that slowly but surely by getting rid of all of the trees. There are still the same amount of trees, really, from where we left off in the last episode. I didn't do a whole lot of that work like I had initially anticipated to do. But that's okay. We will get that done today. We'll get that field expanded today and prepped and ready to go so we can put something in it here in the next coming episodes. Because here, I think August, we should be able to put something in the ground. If not August, for sure in September, we will be able to put something on the ground in all these fields. So, besides just grass, obviously we can put grass in almost the entirety of the year. The only time we can't is the couple of winter months. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. We're also going to knock these trees down over here today and make that little track I talked about. I said we were going to expand this field today, and we really need to accomplish that so we know how far we're going to be expanding this field out. It's a good day, man. It's a good day. I mentioned it in yesterday's episode, but I'll mention it again here briefly. My wife and I decided to do a spur-of-the-moment trip down to Orlando just for a weekend, a long weekend. We found flights, direct flights. That was on Frontier, so it's not like it's anything special, but direct flights for $80 round trip, so we figured, why not? So we took a little bit of a long weekend break for ourselves, which was nice. It was her birthday anyway, so just worked out. We got to go check out the new Epic Universe, Universal's Epic Universe, which is a new park in Orlando. It's the first new park in Orlando in forever. Pretty awesome little park. It was previews, so, you know, obviously everything wasn't working. We didn't get to ride everything, but we had a lot of fun. It was a nice break from the work that I've been dealing with lately. I think I've mentioned that a couple of times, and I'm not trying to specifically complain on here to you all or not, but you know I've been very, very busy, so having a little bit of a mental break to go away from and stop thinking about work for a little while. Not this, I'm talking about real work. This is just fun. This is enjoyable to me. This isn't work, but you get what I mean. My actual real life job. This But we had a lot of fun, man. It was, I'm a big Universal Monsters fan, and what I mean by that is I'm talking about the original classic monsters. So, Dracula, Frankenstein, you know, Mummy, all that stuff, right? And they made a whole land to that, to their heritage of that, which was pretty cool, man. I really, really enjoyed it. It had, like, 40 animatronics in it, and I'm talking, like, insanely detailed animatronics. They jump out at you. It's pretty impressive, man. I think we rode that like 4 or 5 times. We rode that by far the most out of anything. I was very surprised by it. I was expecting it just to be okay, but it kind of made the park for me, honestly. Everything else is great, don't get me wrong, but that whole land, that whole area, pretty incredible. If you don't know about it, just go look it up. You can type in Universal Monsters Unchained, I think is what it's called. And just type in Monsters Unchained animatronics, and you'll see some animatronics there that you'll think is just fake, but they're not. That's legitimately what they look like, and it's insane. Anyway, that's not farming, so let's move on from that, Z. So we're gonna continue doing the grass here. This shouldn't take too long. We've got a pretty, nice drill here, so this should be a pretty quick job. It is going to take us a little while to get the rest of the trees down over there. So I think what I'm going to do now is going to go ahead and throw a worker on doing the remainder of this. AI worker, boom. Okay, and we will flip over once we find it. Here we go. And we're going to get rid of the rest of these trees here. Which is going to take a little bit of time, because there's a good amount here. It's a very dense area. But we're going to turn this into a field. Now, what you might be asking yourself, and it's a great question, because I really haven't figured that out yet. What are we going to do? Let me go into construction. Let me go into the bird's eye view here. What are we going to do? So you're going to expand this field, Z, all the way down here to the end. Yes, correct. That's what we're going to do. What are you going to do with this little section over here? I don't know yet. Great question. I don't know yet. I'm working on it. I will find something to go there before the end of the series, but I'm not sure what's going to go there yet. Got some ideas. I just don't know for sure if I want to utilize that in this series or another one, if that makes any sense. I'm leaning kind of towards a different series for one of the ideas that I had. Now, speaking of series, when this series is done, I do have a replacement for it. I've been working on building the map out, and when I say building the map, what I mean by that is I'm utilizing a standard, well, it's not standard, a mod map on ModHub, and I'm taking a little bit of inspiration from what I would call our family farm. Now, this is a little bit of a sad topic, so I'm not going to go into it for very long, because I don't want to make this a sad video or anything like that, but when I say my family farm, it's not a direct family member to me. What I mean by that, it's like a third cousin. But they live close to us, and when I say close, I'm talking relatively close. It's hour-ish away, something like that, hour and a half away. So relatively close, right? So we're actually a little bit closer to them, even though they're, more like a distant cousin versus a direct family member. And what I mean by direct family members, I'm talking like it's not like my parents or anything like that, right? Or my, grandparents who passed away, anything like that. So it's somebody who typically, you wouldn't see them that often normally. But since they live so close, we do see them relatively. Well, the sad thing is that the individuals who owned it have recently passed away. Well, the husband passed away quite a while ago. I was younger. I wasn't young, but I was probably in my maybe teens, like 16, maybe 15. I don't know. So old enough to know what was going on, I guess is how I'll put it. But I was still much younger than I am today, right? Well, the other individual sadly passed away a couple weeks ago, and the family just seems that they are not going to keep the farm, which is really, really sad to me. I've had a lot of memories there, a lot of good times there. So what I'm going to attempt to do here, and I'm going to have to use my imagination more than you will, because you've never really seen the land, so you don't know. But the area where they live in, where this farm is, they always wanted to keep it wild, and there's been a lot of development, housing projects being built up around them, and kind of forcing them to sell a little bit. The family's like, this isn't really where we grew up. We like this, but how are we going to pass up the kind of money that we're being offered for this land, right? So it's going to be going away, which is extremely sad to me. It's a very, very sad and a somber moment for me, because I remember going out there a lot when I was younger and, just exploring. They had a good amount of land. They had 2 relatively large-sized fields, crop fields. Now, they didn't really do any of the harvesting on those crop fields. There was another farmer that would do it. They would just lease out the land, and the farmer would, harvest it and farm it for them, excuse me. obviously they would get a small portion of that kickback from, you know, being able to allowing them to use the land. But it had a lot of trees in the background. It had a pond. It had a little bit of a hiking trail. And when I say a hiking trail, I'm not talking like a massive hiking trail. It was probably like a quarter of a mile, but I mean, that's still pretty decent, right? Round trip quarter of a mile, I should say. So I just had a lot of memories out there on the farm, and I'm really sad that it's going away. So, long story short, I went into a bit of a rant there, but what I'm going to attempt to do is build some kind of a loose story based off of me trying to save the family farm. And what I mean by save it is, say, I don't have any money, but let's say I did, and I swooped in and bought the farm from the family and tried to, keep it surviving as they wanted it, right? They wanted to keep it wild and not be, taken over by housing developments, and that appears to be where it's going right now. It's very sad. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. Bit of a spoiler, I guess, but not really. I just want to, kind of put it out there early to see your thoughts on it. I think it would be a fun series for me to try to do a loose-based story on that. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be able to do a full role play on that. It would take me a long time to do, and unfortunately I just don't have the time with work. I would love to do that. I just don't have the time to do it. So, but we'll do a loose story on it, right? Something to the effect of what I just told you, and there'll be some characters that'll pop in from time to time, I'm sure. So anyway, I've been working on trying to make the map look, for me at least, have at least a somewhat resemblance of the way that the farm looked to me. Now, it's certainly not going to be perfect. Without making my own map on it, you're not going to be able to get an exact replica one for one. But none of you will really know that, right? It's really just going to be for me. So as long as it looks close enough for me, I'm going to be happy with it. Now, the funny thing is, this is obviously, I live in America. I live in Ohio. I've said that to you guys many times, but the map I'm choosing, or at least I'm working on right now, is in Canada. So that's funny. Some of my friends in Canada, they're going to be the ones helping me out to bring this little bit of a loose story to life. So I think that'll be a fun little playthrough. Hopefully you're interested in that. Hopefully that piqued your interest. So you can look for that coming here, I don't know, soonish. We might end up starting off the series like before this one ends, like right before it ends, though. We'll see. But really, it's going to be, excuse me, the replacement for this series. Now, I also, in case you didn't watch yesterday's episode or didn't see my post, I have sadly decided to cancel the investment challenge series. I can't in good nature put out that kind of a quality of video with the bumps and everything else. I guess it drives me crazy more than maybe it does you. I don't know for sure, but it seemed to be mostly unanimous that we would cancel or pause it. So I'm going to keep the save file just on the slim chance that some kind of update's made later on where I can go back into it and we can continue on. I don't think that will be the case, but I'm going to keep it just in case. So, more of a paused canceled effect than just a full-out cancel. If it has the update made to it where we can come back to it, we will certainly do so. But if not, it's just going to be a canceled series, unfortunately. And that's sad, man. That's really the first series that I've had to cancel. Yeah, it's a little sad to me. I really was starting to enjoy that, man. I felt like we actually had our feet under us a little bit with the rethink of the yard and moving some things around. I was very, very happy with the way we were going. I don't think we had too many episodes left. I would say maybe another, 12 episodes probably. Maybe slightly less, I don't know, but it's still relatively sad that we had to end that. I was really having fun there. But that's okay. Things happen. I get it. Things happen. Alright, so let's go ahead and put these wood chips away. Looks like the worker has finished the cultivation and putting down the slurry there, so that's good. Now we've got an absolute boatload of wood chips. Now, with the fact that we've only got, a handful of episodes left, we probably are not going to get the full amount we would get out of these wood chips, but we're going to hold off until it is the best time to sell them, for what we have left of the series at least. Just to, get the most money we can before we end the series, I guess is how I'll put it. Now, I've mentioned this before. I'm going to mention it briefly again here. When we end this series, I'm not going to go the approach, which sometimes I would do, of going through and selling everything off. We're not going to do that. I want to keep this one as a working farm. That was my intention to begin with, was to build the farm out to make it look like it's been here for a very long time, and it's a big, massive production, and I think we really have accomplished that already. So I'm not going to take the time to sit there and run everything up to the sell point like I maybe normally would do. I like the idea, honestly, of kind of keeping the farms as they are when we end a series, just to, see, where we came from and what we ended up getting, right? What did we start with? How much did we make overall? And then how much actual equipment do we have, right? I mean, if you just look at the amount of equipment you have, it'll tell you what your worth is for your assets, right? Looks like we got another one here that we're going to have to pull out. That's okay. We've got a couple of those trees laying on the ground that I was unable to get the tree devour mod to actually, chop them down. It just chops the tree down and doesn't actually ingest it and shoot it into the trailer, right? That's okay. We can pull those to the sawmill. We need to do that anyway. I've got a couple other ones that we need to do as well. Now, what's going to happen here is once we get the rest of these trees down, we are going to expand this field, as I mentioned. And once I have the field kind of expanded, I will probably put the worker on doing a little bit of the cultivation and putting down some slurry on most of the field. I'm not sure he'll do the whole entire field, because I don't know if we have enough slurry to do the whole field, but we'll see. All right, well, it took a while, gang, but we are done, which is fantastic. That means we can now expand this out. What I'm going to do quickly here, though, I feel like there's a couple of these that maybe we could still hit on the edge here. We probably won't bring the field that far, but I just want to give ourselves maybe a little bit more space, but maybe not. Well, I guess not. I guess not. That looks pretty straight, actually, relatively. We'll leave it be. So we've got a couple of trees over here that are down that we've got to pull out, as I've mentioned, over to the sawmill. And we're going to head on over. We don't have a full load here, so we're going to head on over here and try to take down a few more of the trees up here, what is going to be our new grass field that we've decided. For the longest time, we said we were going to make this a grass field, but after seeing how some things were working, we decided to make a change there and decided to make this the grass field, which I think makes the most sense anyway. Specifically for the harvester, right? Okay, so, let's see. I should be driving on the track, not on the middle of the field there. Come on, Z, get it together, buddy. Alright, so here's our track. So it's going to go to about here. So I think if we... Part of me kind of likes the idea of going through this area and maybe leaving some of these trees here. I don't know. This is an awkward shaped field, so if I was able to maybe... I don't know. Okay. Alright, we're going to leave a couple of them. I'm going to get rid of this one here. And we'll get rid of this one as well. And then I think we'll kind of take the track through here. And then down this way. And here you go. And then it'll split that way. And then one will come this way around the edge here. So we're going to have to take away probably a few of these trees here. Probably a lot of these trees, honestly, now that I'm looking at it. Okay, so a lot of these trees are going to go away then. Okay, all right. Well, let's just get started then, huh? And I know if I expand this field, I might, you know, lose a little bit of the profit that we made. Or, well, I say the profit. Man, I'm not even talking straight. I know we're going to probably kill a little bit of the actual seed and everything we put in the ground here. I'm not worried about that. That's okay to me. Not worried about it. We do have a tree. I forgot about that tree. We do have a tree down over here, too, we need to pull out. And put it into the sawmill. Now, I believe, let's do a quick save here, just because I've done a lot and I don't want the game to crash on me. I believe we will be able to do canola. Yes, canola in the next episode, and then barley and wheat will be in September. So we're gonna do 2 days in August, so we've got plenty of time here. It's not like we're in a rush by any means. I guess we could do poplar. I guess we could expand that poplar field, although that was an absolute nightmare to do that, get that done. Yeah, so there's a lot of trees in here to get down, if I'm honest with you. There's a lot more than I thought there was going to be over here. I forgot, I guess, how densely packed this area was. Really, I want to kind of, you know, let me get out of here really quick. Sorry about the loud noise there. Really, if I kind of take this path here and run it straight this way, that's kind of what I want to do. So there'll be a small amount of trees over here to kind of separate the different areas, but a lot of these trees are going to go down based off of that statement, right? At least until we get to our track. Yeah. Okay. This is going to take a while. We have so many damn wood chips, gang. It's going to take an eternity to sell them all, and we're going to make so much money. Over 2 million in wood chips. That's crazy. Okay, well, they're done. I got accomplished what I wanted to get accomplished, at least. From getting rid of the trees to allow us a little bit of space. So we're going to come back over here for now. I'm going to leave this here because we're going to really need it. more than likely we are going to run into... I actually probably don't need the trailer, but more than likely we're going to run into some stumps that I missed. So I'll just put the trailer here right now for temporarily. And then I will leave the Tree Devour mod somewhere in this vicinity. Probably in the way, but we'll leave it there anyway. What we're going to go do is pick up the winch. We're going to pull out some of these trees that we knocked down that we need to pull to the sawmill. Then we're going to get the plow out, and we are going to take care of expanding that field. Now, what we're going to do is more than likely upgrade our plow today. We're going to go to an unrealistic size. That's going to help us speed up what we need to do down here. As you know, it's a very, very large area that we're going to be making here. So we're going to do that little bit of an upgrade. It's not going to cost us too much. It's a lizard mod, so, you know, it's not outrageous. I'll show it to you here in a little bit. Actually, I might not be able to get that out the way that I'm backing in here. I should probably turn around this way and go at it from this angle. Zoom in a little bit. I don't need to be zoomed out that far anymore. Alright, good. Perfect. There's another little small twig over here. We're going to grab that too, because why not? And then we'll pick up the other big branch that's right there. Then we'll head over to the other side. We know I already showed you that. There are some over there, so we got to get those as well. All right, I'm going to do a quick save here. I've showed you many times, for some reason, I have an issue with the winch. Whenever I look at the winch, if I'm looking at it at a certain angle, it will freeze the whole game and crash it out to the dashboard. So I don't want that to happen, given all the fact of how many things we've already accomplished today. I don't really want to lose our progress here, if at all possible. All right, good. Alright, let's see. Well, actually, probably need to pull a little bit forward there. Forward a little bit more, rather, I guess I should say. Okay, we didn't get everything in there, unfortunately. That's alright. We'll back these guys up and we'll be good. Got a lot of pallets of wood chips here as well, so all of that is going to be a lot of money. Now, I might be able to actually pick up those pallets. I feel like I can, and put it into our silo over there, which would probably be a little bit easier. So we might do that. Alright, perfect. And I think there was no other one over here, but I want to double check before I head to the other side just to make sure. I'm pretty sure we got everything. We did. There's no other ones over here. Okay, good. So let's head on over and get the other trees that have been knocked down out of the way. There's really, I think, only one at this point, maybe up there, maybe two. There's not many. Yep, there's just two, and I'm driving across the field here. I know I shouldn't be doing that, but we'll just gloss over that. It's okay. The game allows it to happen. Doesn't make any major issues because of it, so we'll just gloss over it. I'm gonna have to kind of thread the needle here a little bit going through all these buildings, but we should be okay. Need to do a little bit of service here, as you can see. This is getting a little bit on the rough side, so we need to spend some some money and do that. All right, good. That's all set. I'll put the winch back away over here, where we have been keeping it, back behind the sawmill. Really, it looks like it's just the winch that needs the service, actually. Okay, good. So that's all done. So, let's see. Is there anything in the used market, first of all? Not really anything for us, unfortunately. Of course there isn't. Do a quick save here. We're going to buy this lizard plow that has... It's like 15-meter width, something. It's insane. I don't know. It's super unrealistic. But that's what we're going to get. The MT here, 12-meter width. which is crazy. That's a much larger width than we currently have. So let's go ahead and buy that. I'll pick up our plow and I'll head up to the shop and I'll sell that and meet you back here, and we'll get started on expanding our fields. Alright, we are back, and as you can see, it is a massive plow here, and it folds up like a teepee. I already started the worker here on putting down some slurry and cultivating this field up. This is going to be one of the fields we expand, so I figured we might as well just go ahead and start here. Why not, right? So that's what we're going to do. Now, like I said, I don't want to expand it too far. We want to give a little bit of room for it to be able to turn around, have a turning radius, etc., but as we get relatively close, I'll be pretty happy. And probably going to have to do a little bit of touch-up work as well. Now, this thing is quick. It's unrealistic, and that's the reason why we're utilizing it now at this point in the series, when we have plenty of money and we've got a truly massive farm here, right? It's actually kind of hard to maneuver this thing, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, I'm going to have to touch this up. I don't know what the worker's going to do now that I've expanded this field and it's clearly one field. I might have to reset it. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. Either way, I'm going to let the worker continue doing the thing here. I'm not really too concerned about taking over for the worker. They can do this whole field for us while we continue doing our expansions here. Maybe if I reset him, it probably will work. I'll just take over for him here in a second and reset him. See if that does the trick. And I'm gonna try to, even though this probably will make no difference at all, just to make it look slightly better, I'm gonna try to clean this corner up as well. Okay, so let's see if we can do a little bit of paint work to touch this up. I'll just use this grass. I guess this is good enough. Okay. Just trying to keep it as straight as I can. There we go, already messed up. Go figure. As soon as I say it, jinx myself. Alright. Let's see if I can fix that without having to mess it up again. I probably can't. Perfect. Alright, I'm just going to put some meadow grass down, and that is good to go. I'll do that meadow grass later. Let me reset this worker here. Of course. And you can go, worker. I'm probably going to have to reset, or go get some more slurry, I guess I should say. There should be enough. They completed their task. I don't think they did. What? Maybe it's not registering yet that it's an extended field? Okay, well, let's see what happens there, I guess. And make sure they actually get started. A little skeptical now, based on what we just saw. Looks like it's going to be okay. I guess they're going to redo the whole thing. Okay, good. They're not going to redo the whole thing. Okay, All right, let's head on over here then. This thing is a beast, man. I really don't know how it would stand up. I guess it's the TP structure there that continues to support it, I guess. Very, very top-heavy. Looks like it would be very difficult to keep this flat without it falling over. All right, let's see if we can try to keep this one a little bit closer. The nice thing about this, though, is that with it being so quick, this is not going to take us too long to do, right? We should be able to knock this out pretty quickly. The whole field expansion, if you will. Again, I don't want to get too close. Somewhere around in there, I think, is going to be sufficient for me. Even if we could go a little bit further, I don't want to go too crazy. For obvious reasons. Alright, this is going to take a while to do this, but we're going to get to work here, gang. We'll get it done. We'll get this field expanded. All right, they are all done here, gang. We are running out of slurry here. We're probably not going to be able to get the field finished today with the remaining amount of slurry left, but that's okay. We can always finish it up in the next episode. Not a big deal. Today was pretty productive. We've got massive extensions to the fields. This one obviously wasn't that big. Pretty decent size extension here to this field. I don't know what this worker's doing, but okay, let the worker do whatever they want. So this is nice. It's a nice grass field. Now, the good thing about this grass field is we will have the track going around here, but if we wanted to, we could just drive across it since it's now a grass field, but that's okay. And then this field is truly a massive increase. Is it as big as this one? No, but it's up there. It is the second biggest field we have now. So that's going to be great whenever we decide to put something in here. We will need to do a little bit of cultivation here on the remaining section or just plow up the rest of the section there. But I'm going to leave that. Sorry, gang, hit the microphone. I'm going to leave that for the next episode. We're going to leave the episode at this point. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd smash. If you did, I'd smash. If you did, I'd appreciate if you smash the like button for me. We'll see you in the next episode.